Let's continue on page 218. I want to add some green color to the skin, but I'll do that on a separate layer. I'll go select the Franken layer and then come down and make a new layer right on top of that, and I'll use that layer to paint on. I've got my layer 1 selected. I'm going to change the blending mode here from normal to color. That way I'll just be adding color to the existing layer. Let's go get the brush tool, B on your keyboard, and we'll find ourselves a 60 pixel zero hardness brush. You can of course type in there 60, we've got zero hardness. I will switch momentarily to the eyedropper tool by hitting Alt or Option, come down and select the sickly green color from the forehead here, and that's the color I'll paint with. That color is now the foreground color. I'm going to make sure that I don't paint outside the lines. First I'm going to zoom out, Control 0, and I'll select just the pixels I want to paint on by doing Command click or Control click on the thumbnail of the Franken layer. And that selects only the pixels that are on the Franken layer while I still have layer 1 active. I will zoom in a bit so I can get a better view of what I'm painting. If I were really going to do this correctly, I would probably just select the skin areas so I don't have to worry about painting over the watch or the sweater. Turns out that with this green, a little bit over the edge of the sweater or watch won't matter so much. But if you wanted to be very careful about it, you'd select only the skin and not paint over the other areas. Meanwhile, let's use this brush and do a little painting. As you see, since I have this selection here, I don't have to worry about painting outside the lines because I cannot paint anywhere that is not part of my active selection. In fact, if you wanted to be more efficient, you could pick a much larger brush and just paint this whole area with a couple of swipes. In fact, I'll try that. I'll make a larger brush for here. I use my bracket key, and I'll just paint right across that with a swipe. Similarly, I'll do the same thing with the other hand. I'll paint with a big old swipe. And again, I don't have to worry about going outside the lines because nothing will paint where I don't have a selection. Now I'll switch back to a smaller brush for a little more precise painting. Come back to that 60 size I selected, and I'll paint inside the lines, and again, try to not touch the shirt, just get the fingers. We will also go up and paint on these areas of the face. It might be showing through ears, whatever is showing through, so that you get a good green color. We don't want any human remains on this image. Let's deselect with Control D and save.